Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you how to play and a full playthrough of Cascadia. This is a new game that just came out. It's a tile placement game, and it's really fun, really easy to learn, and really quick to play, actually. You only play over 20 turns. You basically pull out the number of tiles for the number of people you have. For a two-player game, it is 43 tiles of the habitat tiles. And then you put all of the wildlife tokens inside the bag. Make sure I've got the right terminology. You got wildlife tokens, habitat tiles, and then you have your nature tokens. And the way you obtain the nature tokens, if you see this little feather on one of the tiles, that means when you place a wildlife token on that tile, you get to take a nature token. So, and there's several of the tiles with those. So we each get a starter habitat tile. That's our play area, and we're basically both building on this with the habitat tiles that we choose. And then the wildlife tokens, basically, to play those, you don't have to play them on the same tile that you chose, but you do have to take the same wildlife token that's with the habitat tile, unless you have a nature token. So you're going to want to, as much as possible, match up the terrains, because you get scoring bonuses for having the largest amount in each type of habitat. So you could place this one here so that you can see those two terrains match. You could place it here, but you can see these two don't match. They don't have to match, but it's to your advantage to do so. And then you also want to pay attention, I'll go over that in a minute, to the scoring bonus for the different types of wildlife. So say I took this tile, I placed it here, and it came with the fox wildlife token. So on my tiles, I have a fox there, so I could place that on either of those, or I could just put it back in the bag if I don't want to take it. The main reason you wouldn't want to take it is if for scoring bonuses. Say it interferes with your scoring, because there's certain things that need to be isolated. They can't be near each other, so you need to pay attention to that at the same time. So I could place that there. If I placed, if I got a salmon and placed it there, that I would have been able to get a nature token, because that one has a nature token symbol on it. So basically, that's your turn, is you pick one of the habitat tiles and the corresponding wildlife token that's with it. The way to not have to do that, if you happen to have a nature token, you could give that up and you could pick any one habitat and any one wildlife token of your choice. And then when you, at the end of your turn, you just replace whatever you've taken, you replace those. So that's one way to get out of that. You can also use your nature token to wipe out all of the wildlife tokens and replace them with 4 more. Another way to get rid of the wildlife, say you have 4 of the same type that happens to come out of the bag. You get to wipe those out and draw 4 more. If they're again the same, not the same type, but 4 of a kind, you can keep doing that until you do not have 4 of a kind. If you happen to pull 3 of a kind, you can do this once per turn for free. It doesn't cost you a nature token. You can take only those 3, draw 3 more out of the bag, and replace them. If 3 of the kind comes out again, you can only do that once per turn without using a nature token. And then you just put the ones that you wiped out back in the bag and shake it up. Again, you can use a nature token as many as you want, as long as you have them, to wipe out any wildlife, all the wildlife tokens, and start over. These are also worth 1 point at the end of the game, so you may want to save your nature tokens for the end of the game. The way the scoring goes, you have a score pad here. So you're scoring the number of tiles. So say I have these two here. So this is 3 tiles with this terrain. So I would get 3 points for that. This terrain, I have 1, 2 tiles. I would get 2 points. And you can see there's pictures on the scoring. So for this terrain, I would get 3. For the yellow, I would get 2. And then you each score, and whoever has the highest number in each terrain gets a 2-point bonus, which you could see with the slash mark and the 2 underneath. If we tied, we split the 2 points and each gets a 1-point bonus. So that's why that has a slash mark. Like we each tied right here. Hopefully you could see that. We each got 4 on that type terrain, so we each got 1 bonus point. And then up on top of the score pad, you're scoring your actual wildlife. And the way these cards are really cool, they have 5 levels of difficulty. So we're playing with the ones with the letter A. They suggest you play with those your first game. They're the easiest. But then they go B, C, and D. And do they go up to... Actually 4 levels, sorry. 4 levels. A, B, C, and D. D being the most difficult. So that's what's cool about this game, because it switches it up, and it makes it, as you learn the patterns, you could switch them so it makes it more difficult. And then once you've done all the patterns, you could just randomly draw. As long as you have one of each of the 5 wildlife animals, you're fine. So there's the hawk, and on this particular one, he needs to be isolated. So you can have as many hawks as you want in your habitats, but he cannot have another hawk beside him. So for each hawk that's isolated with no other hawks on any side of him, so they have to be at least 1 tile in between them, you would get 1 or 2 points for 1, 5 points for 2, and if you happen to get 8 of them in your play area, you would get 26 points for that. The elk have to be in a straight line, so they have to be on the tiles with the right animals, but this is just for display. So that would be a line of 2, so you would get 5 points. If you happen to have another one here, pretend that's an elk, that would be 9 points. But they have to be in a straight line. The foxes are neat because for each fox, you get points for each animal around the fox that is different. And I'm not putting these on the correct tiles, so just ignore that and pretend that I've got them on the right tiles. So right here, you can see on the fox, I have 4 different species around it, but only 3 of them are different. So that would be 3 points, correct? Is it 1? Yeah, 3 points. You get 1 point for each different animal that's around it. Then you have your bear. The bears can only be in pairs. So basically, they have to be beside each other on the correct tile with the bear. This has bears on it. If there's another bear beside it, you would not get points for that. They have to be isolated as a pair of bears. You could have more bears, say, over here, but again, there has to be a tile between the different sets. So, but if you had one here, you wouldn't score any points for any of the bears. Then lastly is the salmon, and they can be in any, they just have to be side by side. They can be in any line, they can curve, as long as they're on the adjacent tile. So that would be 5 salmon, and those score you a lot. If I had that, it would be 16 points. If you have 7 of them in a line, any sequence, as long as they're in a line, they don't have to be a straight line like the elk. They could be curved, it could be any pattern as long as they're adjacent. 7 of them would be 25 points. So that's the way to score in this game, is paying attention to the animals and scoring their bonuses, as well as trying to match up your terrains as much as possible. Although you can play, they don't have to match, but you're not going to get points, as many points if you don't have a large amount of terrain that matches together. I hope that makes sense. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's really easy to learn and play this game. So are you going first or me?
Did you mention how these are 1 point to the end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's 4, right?
Yep. So there's always 4 wildlife and always 4 habitat tokens out.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, so there's 4 elks there.
Yeah.
So he can wipe those out.
Okay. So you said, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right.
You don't have to. Oh, you don't want to wipe them out?
No.
Oh, he wants that.
Oh, yeah. Don't you start out with 1?
No.
Oh, yeah.
So he gets a nature token because he placed that on a tile that has a little leaf on it. So now he needs to replace the 2 that he just took. And now I'm going to use my free move and replace these 3 elk. 3 more. And put those back in the bag. Okay. This one's a good one because it matches both of my terrains. It matches this terrain and this terrain. And as you can see, I've got a line of salmon if I happen to get lucky and get the salmon.
My turn.
And I need to, I always forget to look for the nature token symbols.
Okay.
A lot of salmon coming out.
Yeah, there is. Okay.
So Anthony has 1 hawk out, so he cannot place any more here if he wants to score points for that. Okay, so
The Hawks were very good to me last game. I scored the highest with them.
And we didn't tell you when the game ends. The game ends immediately because it's designed where each player has exactly 20 turns. So the game ends as soon as there are no more habitat tiles to replace the one that was just taken. So that's why you start out with the 2-player game with 43 tiles because you're going to have 3 left out here, and the remaining 40 will be in our play areas. We'll each have 20 tiles in our play areas.
do.
Can't resist the. I'm working at. All I've got is salmon, but they score you some large points.
That breaks your thing.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. You can't have it next to each other.
They could be in any line.
You're breaking it.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah.
I thought they could be in any line.
No. In fact, I think you broke it with this one.
How? They have them going around. See? They have it like that. That just means there's only 7. See, they're showing 7.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can keep going around. Scores for each run per salmon. Runs may be adjacent to each other.
Okay.
Yeah, that one doesn't need to be isolated. They just have to all be adjacent. And see, they're showing like they could be.
Yeah, but you see these.
That's because it's not a run. That's a run. See? They have that one going that way. That's a line. I wouldn't be able to put one here. It's going like this. Right? So. Because they have one like that. Don't they?
No.
Well, I'm not going to do that one then.
Yeah, I think that one breaks it too, because I think it has to be.
No, it doesn't.
It has to be here. You can't be a.
They have 2 right there beside each other.
All right.
So where did I take one?
This one.
Okay. I'm not going to take that one. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Oh. That's that one.
Goodbye.
Oh, did you spin your nature token?
Yeah.
Yep. Keep forgetting to look, see if I have nature tokens. Okay, good. So Anthony has a run of elk. He has 3 of them, so right now that's worth 9. He has 2 bears, so that's currently worth 4 points, and then he has 2 hawks. That's worth 5. So far, all I have is my 4 salmon. Okay, so.
Forgot to get. I didn't realize I had one for the bear. It's one thing you have to make sure you collect those. There. You've been collecting yours?
Mm-hmm. I checked last time. They match both those terrains.
Yeah, and mess up my bear.
Your bear? How would it mess up the bear?
Because I wouldn't be able to put it there. Dang.
And if for some reason you can't place one of the wildlife tokens, you don't have a legal move, you can just place it back in the bag and not play it. Or you can choose not to. Because it does get a little bit more difficult as you get less and less tiles. There's less choices.
Just knock that one out. Here. You have this one.
I think it was right here.
Let me move this more.
That would count for 2 elk, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't like that one. Oh, here, I can use my nature token. Take the bear. And so I currently have a pair of bears, 4 salmon, and an eagle, and then the fox I would right now score 2 points for 2 different animals around it. And this would count as 2 different eagles because they're isolated. They have animals in between them. Yours is more spread out than mine. I haven't been paying attention. Gotten. Okay. Ah. I only got 1, haven't I?
I can't remember.
I have 2 there, but I think I only got 1. But I don't know. I won't get it because I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's hard to remember to get these.
Yeah.
I think you just place one on one.
Oh, see? I do not remember those at all. There's been no elk come out hardly at all.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna use this to get rid of them. I just get the same ones, almost. Pretty much the same. Are there any elk in here?
Yeah. I'll move these cards to make room.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so if I see an elk, but too late. I don't need it.
Here, I'll just put these. Can you see them? Can you see them?
Yeah.
I referenced them, so I know.
Oh, here I can put them up here.
All right.
It shows up in the camera.
Yeah, I look at them a lot, so I know. That one.
Yeah, let's see. Make sure I didn't have a. Oh, I did. I put that there. Yeah, we got another one, have you?
I don't think so. Yeah, it's been a lot of eagles or hawks, not hawks this time.
wasn't that?
Mm-mm. I looked.
Yeah, it's a fast game, but you have to stay on your tippy toes, try to win. Sorry, we're not talking as much.
Mm-hmm.
Concentrating.
Okay. Now we only have 3. No more turns?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hey, you've got a lot of those things. These are not good choices.
You don't have, no, you don't. You have not been picking up those nature things.
I know. Okay, let's see.
So far, I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm. Like those. Horrible choices for me right now.
You do have an elk that gives you a nature thing, though.
Yeah, but I don't want that tile. It's basically a dead. Actually, foxes do count as another animal. Forgot. So.
Oh.
I was thinking foxes couldn't be near foxes, but they can. We have. I have 2 turns left, and Anthony has 1 turn. Oh no, we each have 1 turn left. I thought you went first.
I did.
How do you get the last tile? That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss a turn?
No.
So.
No, because you go, and then I go, and then you go. You're last. Actually, yeah. Huh. I don't know.
I'm going to do this. And this is the last turn Anthony's taking. What'd you use your nature token for?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, that's why. I wasn't getting that. Yeah. These two.
Oh, okay.
Confused myself on that one.
You do need to spend your nature token. There's no need, it's over. Oh, wait, I do get another turn.
Yeah, you're last.
I was thinking, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. Ooh. It's actually a better option for me right now. Okay. What do I want? Get me. This would be the better option for points. Okay, so now the game's over, so that did work out right. So now we do our scoring. Okay, so first we'll score our bears. We'll put that down here. They can probably see it. I had one pair of bears, so I get 4 points.
2.
Anthony had 2 pairs of bears, so he gets 11 points. Okay, then we'll score our elk, and they have to be in a straight line. I have 2 there, so that's 5 points. And it scores per straight line, so you can score multiples. But each elk can only score once. So if I had a line here and a line there, I could only score each one once. So I get 10 points for my sets.
I got 9.
You get 9. So we are basically pretty close.
Which one's next? Oh,
The salmon, and I had 4, so that's 12 points.
I have 2, so I got 5.
Okay. You get any for your 1 by itself?
Oh yeah, I get 2.
Okay.
What's the next one?
The hawks, I have 7, so that's 22 points.
I have 6.
18. Okay. And then we have the fox, and you get 1 point for each different animal around them. So 1, 2 for that one. 1, 2 for that one. 1, 2 for that one. So I have a total of 6.
Eight. Oh,
That's 2
9,
of the
10.
same. You kind of,
no. 1, 2,
right?
3,
Oh, I didn't see
4,
this fox.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, you're right. I didn't see that other fox. Okay, and then we tally this up. So 22, 26, 32, 54, right? 14, 26. Well, I got more this time than last time. Okay, so 27, 37, 47, 55, right? 28, 35, 44, 55. Yep. So we're 1 point apart right now before we do the terrains. So we're doing the icy terrain. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles that are touching. And you only score on the terrains. They're different, or the habitats are different than the wildlife. You only score your highest. So even though I have 3 here, I don't score those and those. I only score the highest contiguous. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get 6 for that.
I have 3.
Anthony has 3.
So you get 2
So I get the 2 bonus points for having the most in that habitat. Now we're, I don't know the names of them, but I just go by the pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is my largest.
9.
Wow, 9. So he gets the 2 bonus points there. Now the yellow ones, I think that's the plantains. I have 7.
I have 5.
So I get the 2 bonus points. And then these, I don't know what they're called. I only have 2.
4.
Anthony gets the 2 bonus points. And then the water areas, 4 tiles.
5.
So
Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry.
So we tied, so we each get 1 bonus point. So now we tally up our, and he had 2 nature tokens. I had 0. So we tally up our habitats, 8, 13, 15, 22, 29. It's funny, I did better this game, even though I feel like I did better last game. 29. You beat me by just a little. 12, 14, 19, 25.
Hopefully we didn't tie because
We didn't tie.
we never read
You beat me by 1 on both, but on the top and bottom.
Yeah.
And then you got your 2. So you got 87. And I got 83. You beat me by 4 points.
As it should be. Because she bragged before the game.
I thought I would kick his butt because I usually do better at these games, but he was working hard. And it didn't look like you were doing much over there.
I was on full concentration to beat her after she said that before we played.
But this is a fun game. If you like point salad, tile placement type games, you should definitely check this out. It's so easy to learn. I mean, the rule book is most of it is explaining, but to start, you only read, I think, maybe 5 pages, and it's big pictures on the page. So, I mean, it's very quick to learn. And there's some great videos out there. Like, you could watch this video and figure it out. And we watched a video of a gentleman that showed how to play it, so just to make sure we were understanding right. And, there's videos that I would suggest watching a video before you play to make it even quicker. But definitely, it's called Cascadia. You should check this out. Anthony will put the product link in the description so you'll know where to find it. And we hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And we look forward to seeing you next time.